So you got your new rifle, and you got your brass reload, this 6.5 Creedmoor, and then you go to load it, and then you go to lock the bolt forward, and you get so close. You can get to that point where it'll almost go down, but not quite. But you put in factory ammo, and perfect. So I'm going to talk about how to fix that today. Before I ever reload tons and go crazy, I always check to make sure they rack and eject just fine, and they didn't. And all these casings fit, but these Winchester ones will not fit. I could show you with the calipers that they are within a couple thousandths of each other in all regards, but for some reason one will perfectly cycle and the other won't, and I'm going to go and show you that right now. So this is the Hornady brass. I can stick it in. Oh, got a magazine in there. Yeah, there. I stick the Hornady brass in, and come on, buddy. So this is the Hornady brass, and perfect. We'll find that later. And this is the Winchester brass. It's all the same dimensions, and nothing. Like, I mean, so close. You can see the bolt there. I mean, it is like so close, but it will not go. So we're gonna fix that. For sizing brass, what they tell you to do is make so it comes into contact with the shell plate. It's kind of hard to see, and then go about a quarter turn more. This is the Lee 6.5 Creedmoor full length sizing die. I noticed that when I stuck it in, I could not get it to come into contact with the shell plate without some modifications. So the first issue that I was running into is that I couldn't even get it to contact the shell plate because the lock and load bushing, the normal one, the new one, this top layer is pretty thick. I had to grind it down so I could get this Lee die to actually seat further. So I did that, tried it again, and still I couldn't seat it far enough because it was running into the shell plate, and I could not physically push my brass up far enough. So what I ended up doing is I ended up grinding down the end of the die itself. You can see the 223 still has that factory kind of curve there, and this one has been all ground down. Anyway, so that let me seat it down far enough. Okay, so here's one of those Winchester cases that won't fit no matter what I do. So we're gonna eject it, gonna catch it. Okay, and then we're gonna go size it. Put some lube on it. I'll lube that. And normally I let my lube dry, but no, I'm too lazy right now. So it goes in there all the way, bring it back down, and then I'm gonna wipe it off. I don't like getting lube in my gun. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stick it in here, and perfect. Goes in, no problem. Okay, I know this issue, reading the forums, it's pretty common with 6.5 Creedmoor, so yeah, if you run into the issue, then just push your die down a little bit further. If you're using the Hornady full-length sizing die, you may not ever run into this issue. You probably can put it down far enough, but I'm using the Lee full-length sizing die, and man, it was a pain. I've spent too many hours thinking about this, so hopefully it can save you some time. I know it can happen with other rifle brass, so if you run into the issue, just try putting your full-length sizing die down a little bit further. I hope that saved you some time. Thanks.